Hey everyone, it's Nelson Miller here with PA Creative, and today I want to look at the new Global Collars feature update from Elegant Themes. So this has just updated on February 10th, 2021, and this makes Divi version 4.9. Let's go ahead and look at the blog post where this was announced. So I really like their tagline here in the blog post. Manage your entire website's color scheme from inside the visual builder. And that right there is actually really key to keep in mind as you think about this update, because you may be thinking, well, why do this update if we already have a color palette and things like that? Well, the goal is to make everything within the Divi builder so that you don't even need to go to the things like the customizer or the theme options. Those are being slowly and surely depreciated. If you haven't taken notice to that, just think about that as you see the new Divi updates coming out. So first of all, what are these new global collars? Well, these are actually separate from the existing collars, and this was the first thing that threw me for a loop, and I'm still not sure why they have done it, and maybe you can help clear this up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. I would have imagined that they would have just made the previous collar palette global collars. Like, I don't get why we had to make a separate thing for having global collars. So we still have what we refer to as static or saved. It's called saved in the builder. Or so anyway, we'll get into that. But basically, these new global ones are an addition to what we did have. They're not replacing what we had. So I want to make that clear up front. And you can actually see here on some of their screenshots and GIFs here, like there's a new option. Any setting that has a color picker, like the background color, text color, anything like that, now has the option to toggle over to global colors and use those. And the goal is really just so that you can right here instantly update your entire website color scheme, just by clicking on one of the colors. So it is really cool. And it's very helpful. And we're going to get into this and show you how to do it and kind of do it in a slow way that you actually understand rather than, by their promo video. So here we are in a website that is not yet updated to this. And I just wanted to show you quickly what this looks like. And here I just randomly chose a body text color. You can see that we have saved and recent. So we're not really concerned about the recent, but saved is, the default, the color palette, that's default. So I just wanted to point it out that this is the difference. We don't have the option for global, but this is where it appears. Now these colors here that we call saved are these here that we normally set in theme options. Typically I always would recommend, go to theme options, set up your branding, the colors that match your brand, and those, populate throughout the builder, as needed, wherever there's a color picker field. And so now that step is not as crucial as it was before 4.9, because once you kind of set them up, those are the ones you're going to be using. But now you can actually edit those in the builder. And this is think of this as like two updates in one, okay? So I'm going to go to a page here and show you what I'm talking about. Let's imagine that they did not actually release global colors and that all they did was add new features to the existing color palette. Okay, let's think about just that here for a few minutes and why that's actually, a really good part of this update that may sort of get overlooked with the global colors hype. All right, so let's just say I showed you on this old site how it looked. I was in a blurb, whatever. Let's say, I go into, it doesn't really matter, a section, like the background color here. You can see anywhere where this color picker shows up, now we have global. Now by default, it's going to be on saved. So you'll have to manually click global anytime you want to use them. And you can see right away that there's these different shapes here for global items. But I'm going to get to that. But first, I want to talk about saved here for a minute. So even if we hadn't gotten global, like I was saying, hypothetically, let's say we only got an update to the saved ones. there's this gear icon that's new here. So if I click on that, you can see these little, it's a pencil symbol, edit appears. So let's say that I didn't like this red color as my colors. Now I could go in here, click on this, and then, whatever, find whichever color I want. But I'm in the builder here, and I've made my decision here while I'm in the builder to change this red color, right? Now you can do that. This was not possible before this update. So I could click here and, whatever I want to do. Maybe I want to make it this nice bright blue. I'll find it. The hex color changes here. And then I'll click this check mark. There you can see it changed to blue. And you can do that to any of these colors. Now when I'm done, I'll click Finish Editing Saved Colors. And now there's blue there. So now if I go into this text module and I go in here to text, well, blue is an option now because I've literally edited it. It would have been the same as in the past if I had gone back here, made this blue, come back here, exit the builder, refresh the page, come back in, and then the blue would appear here, right? So we've essentially eliminated all of that hassle. So now what I'll do, since I've, now it's saved. Anywhere I go, any page I'll go, you're going to see that blue instead of the red. And so now let's get back to theme options, refresh here, and the blue appears here. So that's pretty cool. So my point is, let's say that was all there was to the update. Well, that's kind of exciting. A nice little handy thing there where you can change it on the fly. I might be working on another page and I decide, you know what? I don't want this to be that light blue anymore. I want to make it some other color. Now that also can lead us into global colors, because think about it. Let's say I've gone through now. I made some of my text blue and whatever, but now I've decided that let's say I'm working over here, and I've made the decision now that I don't really like that blue, so I'm going to edit it. I'm going to come in here and, whatever. I want it to be more of a pink color. Save that. And then I'm done. Well, then it dawns on me, hey, that blue didn't update. That's why we need global colors. Now, in my humble opinion, it would have made a lot more sense, and I'm probably missing something. I'm sure there's a good reason, but I'm probably missing something. Why not just make the default color palette global? So when I made that change there, anywhere where I had blue, and it could have been like, hey, are you sure you want to change these colors? From this blue to pink? Sure. And I could have said yes, and then boom, that text would be pink. I'm not sure. Help me out. Leave a comment down below. I'm probably just too tired and missing something. I don't know. Maybe there's a better reason, or maybe there's more things coming that we don't see yet. So anyway, back in here, let's get started talking about what global colors are. So we already just presented, I guess, the problem and now the solution. Now, if I had saved that blue color as a global color, in fact, let's go in here. I'm going to show you this. So first of all, when I click on global, you notice that they're a different shape. That indicates that these are global. It's like a teardrop shape. All right, and then I can click this plus button, and let's just do that. I'm going to click the plus button. And now we were on the blue. Did you notice how the blue was selected there? And I click this. It just added that blue color as one of the global colors here. And that's wonderful. It's a little confusing how it works. So like there I could just pick that, and since it was on that blue, now let's say I wanted to use a yellow, I could do that and then click this check mark and it added the yellow. And then this is still like a different, it's still on this text color. So I could click any of these, see how it's like highlighting the one that it's active there. But that's how easy it is to add like a new global color. So what you could do now that you have these global colors, go through and add your color palette. Even if you would take what you had back here set up, even if you would take that one by one and move them in here and say new, and then paste the hex color here, you know, whatever that may be, click check mark, and they all lined up here. That would be one way of doing it. Another way is when I'm back on this save tab here, take a look at this. If I go to like this purple and, well, I clicked on there, but if I right click on here, you get some contextual options. I can say edit saved color. In fact, I should have mentioned this earlier. This is a way to edit that individual color. So now I'm editing that saved color. So if I make it like a real dull pink, save that. See how that's purple now? It would have been the same as me going to here and editing it, right? But this way I can do them all at once or whatever if I wanted to. But I forgot to mention, if I right click, you can, oh, sorry, right there, edit saved color. So yeah, think of that before. Now, there's this other option, make global color. All right, so let's say I want to make this purple color into a global color. I want to add this to my global ones, right? So if I say make global color right here, and then switch back here, oddly enough, it does not add it there, and I'm a little fuzzy on how that works. To me, it should just have appeared here. Now I can just go here now. Now that it's highlighted, I can click on here. It's selected there and click the check mark, and now I've added it. I guess in my mind, it would have made a little more sense if I could literally click on here and say make global color, and then when I switch here, it's there. Am I missing something? But either way, it's fine. It's here, and I can just click that check mark, and now it's here. Yeah, whether I've missed something or not, it's pretty simple. Okay, so now I have all these colors in here. What can I do with them? How is this beneficial to me? How is it different than the regular ones? And here's where, you know, it can kind of, I feel like there's a little bit of an oversight here from Elegant Themes on this feature. Notice in this particular template that I have, just ignore this orange, that's a theme builder header. I'm going to show you that later. But notice there's a lot of blue and green. I did this on purpose. So there's green, there's blue. Down through here is a lot of blue and green. Now the goal of this global colors thing is that I could just say, hey, I want to change all of these blue colors. I don't care if it's in the theme builder, on any page, you know, on the 100 different pages, whatever. I want to change all of them at once. That's the goal, and that's the ability. However, there is a rather large caveat here, and if you look closely on the release post, you'll notice that Nick even mentions it. Pro tip, convert static colors to global colors. It says starting off a new website using global colors is a great time saver. Right, so the goal would be, if you're building a new website, start right away with global colors. That's a pro tip. That's a good point to keep in mind. Start right away. Like I said, instead of going to theme options, just go right ahead and set them up as global colors. And then it says, but it's easy to update your existing website to use global colors. I would say it's not easy. Something's lacking here. Let me explain here. Well, let's continue reading. You can right click on any existing static color and choose convert to global. This will automatically add the color to your global color palette, which it did not do for me. I'm not sure if that's a bug. Anyway, and then it says next, you can use Divi's find and replace system to replace your static colors with global colors in one fell swoop. This is where I'm not feeling super impressed. And maybe I'm missing something again. So what I need to do now is go to every single page on my site, and I can do this rather quickly in one fell swoop, or whatever what's the terminology? Yeah, one fell swoop. I've heard that term before, but I don't understand it. Anyway, I can do that rather quickly. Let me show you. Here's a blue icon. If I go into this blue icon, where's it at? Right here. No, over in the design tab, of course. And here's that blue color. Let's say I want to replace this with a global color. Now I can right click on here like usual and do the whole find and replace, it's called. I did a whole other tutorial on this, but find and replace, and I could choose one of these other colors here. And great. But here's the problem. That doesn't help me make them global. Right? How does that help me make them global? And then I can even pick this, replace all the values in every option type, not limited to the icon, and that's a game changer there. Being able to select this. If I change this blue color in this icon, it's going to also change in this divider, in this background, in blue text, right? To green, to this green, or whatever I choose here. Well, this is still not helping. The goal here, and it's so easy to miss, but keep in mind you have to choose global here. Find the color that you want to convert to global. Pull up this find and replace box, and then choose the global option. Choose your color. Like, let's choose this light blue. Make sure it has that teardrop shape, and then click replace. Now what we're doing is converting all of that blue color anywhere on this page. Notice this drop down, this page. In any option type. Look at that. We're done. It changed it up here. It changed all of these other icons. Let me get out of here. It changed this divider. It changed this text. And we can go on and on. Now those are global. That is very good now. Now we're in good hands. Let's do a couple more, like this button here. So what I don't quite like, there's no way to just like convert these all on my entire site into this. So here's the problem. Like I can convert this now. I can say find and replace for this green. Do that same thing. Make sure, you know, this page is selected. I wish there was this site, right? If they had this site, that's the answer to my problem. If it said replace this color on this entire site with this color, with this global color, like this purple, we'd be set, we'd be done, we'd be happy and throwing a party. Here I'm going to click replace, and because I have this selected, anywhere where there was that green, it is now going to be the purple. For example, down here, I think there was, oh, here, yeah, here we go. It's changing as you go. There, you can see it. But I think there were some icons. These icons were green. This button was green. Now they're purple. I am going to go now to another page. Now you'll notice on this page there's blue and there's that green again. So you may be thinking, well, did it update? No, because there's no way to convert all of your static colors into global colors. That's what I'm saying. That's missing. But now what I've got to do, I've got to come in here again and find this blue color, which I can't even find there, and do the same thing, convert it to global. Okay. So if I go to this line here now, again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do find and replace this page, switch to global, do this, replace. Great. That is wonderful. Like Nick said, if you had done this at the beginning when you're building a site, man, you are set. But if you didn't and you want to start applying these globally, then it's a little hassle. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to go to my theme builder, just kind of to make a point that it would apply to all pages and all locations. And it's really just, you understand, but I'm just doing it to make the point here. I'll go to my header template and go into the background color. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this, I'm just going to actually click on global here and just go ahead and click this, and you'll see why. Saving that. Basically now I've have this blue color at 3 different locations. So I have it here on this sample page, and then on this another sample page, and then in the theme builder header. So what I am going to do now is refresh here so everything's cleared up. That's blue again. Let's get out of here just so you can see that everything's working. All right, so now I can, this is my about page. This is my other home page. I'm going to go back into this one. Wow, a lot of blue. And here's the beauty of this. Let's say when I was building this site, I decided that blue was my color of choice and I really liked it. But now I'm starting to think that I wish it was I just wish it was different. Well, you have some options. Now that you've made them global, I could come in here and play around all I want and just find the one I want. Remember, now that it's global, I could come here and be like, let's make it this kind of in between purple blue color. Or no, I want to make it really super like gold colored. Okay? Notice how everything's changing instantly. Literally, it's changing. Watch this. Isn't that incredible? I mean, even if you were just using this feature to like, I don't know, preview, you're trying to like sort out your branding, like you're doing like the exploration phase. You're like, what color would look good on this website? You know, that kind of thing. Well, there you go. This would work great for this. Now, let's say that I've decided, well, let's see, what color do I actually want this to be? I don't know. Oh, and here, okay, here's the key. I made it like that dark green, right? Since I've edited the actual global color, it's aware that I'm going to like make a major change on this site. So it says you've made changes to this global color. This will affect all instances of this global color across your entire site. Do you wish to proceed? Well, I do. I do wish to proceed. Thank you. We're done. I'm going to save my page and get out of here and enjoy my new green color scheme. And I'm exiting the page and just like that, hey, my header's updated. That's great. Now, what about this page? I didn't do anything on this page. Oh, the header's changed on this page. Oh, dividers are changed on this page. The icons, that's right there is what we're talking about. And so this is exciting. It really is. But it's like converting, like let's say you download or import one of the free Divi layouts. Well, have fun going through and converting everything to global before you can really take advantage of this feature. And that's where I wish that the find and replace had like the global option. I think that would solve everything. And, you know, hopefully you guys at Elegant Themes, if you're listening, either will set me straight or take my opinions to heart and implement that. Okay, and you probably are. You're probably getting that in the works. Anyway, what have we missed? I feel like we've missed something, but I don't know what it is. Oh yeah, so on our blog post here, we talked about these new settings versus what we already had, right? Well, man, at first I was super confused. I was like, no, wait a minute. We have find and replace. We have presets. We have the extend styles, you know, all of those. But I guess this is kind of like, I feel like this global colors feature is like somewhere between presets, you know, and find and replace or something. You know what I mean? Like it's not really presets. And I think that's what really threw me off. Well, number one was, why not just make all our colors global? Why have the static colors? I'm not sure. Not sure. And then presets versus global colors. Well, presets, the thing that I reasoned through there was, I guess it didn't make sense to have colors as the presets because presets work within the module. In other words, if I was to edit this blurb and I made my blurb have a box shadow and I could set that as, hey, I want this to apply as the default preset. Therefore, every blurb, whether it was on this page or this page, whatever, there was a blurb, would have a box shadow. That's a little different, I guess, than the colors because the colors would apply to like dividers, backgrounds, text, every single module and every single section and row. So I guess they are a little more, quote, global. But I just felt like my first impression of this was like, why not just incorporate it more tightly with presets? But hey, you know, it works. And then we talked about the find and replace caveat there. So yeah, this is good. I'm excited. Let me know what you guys are thinking after watching this video. Have I helped you? Hopefully I've helped clear some things up there as far as, the static colors and how you can use them, and then switching over to global colors and then explore the possibilities. And again, you can have multiple ones. I don't know if there's a limit or not. So let's find out. I know with the regular color palette, you have, I think it's what, 8 of them? 1, 2, yeah. With global, can I just keep adding more and more and more? Let's see. See what we're gonna soon find out, huh? I feel like we're getting close to like the end here. Wait, new line. Okay. Now I'm not gonna do this too much longer. we've concluded that we can at least do 2 lines. Okay. So there you go. You could have a lot of different global colors in your website. All right, well, I'm going to end this. I hope you guys found this useful. I also have a whole nother tutorial on using the presets and the extend styles and the find and replace. I call that, how to quickly and easily change the color scheme in Divi. And, since I've already made that video and tutorial, I'm just going to link this new one onto that post, because obviously this is like the next step up from that. But really, if you're looking to learn more about the copy and paste, extend, find and replace, the presets, definitely check out that video, because I go into detail about how you can do that. And they're really cool, and they all have a use place. You may think that like it keeps like stepping up and one is better than the other, but they all have a use case. All right. Well, we continue to release our regular Divi tutorials every Tuesday here on YouTube and on our blog. So be sure to be subscribed for those, and we'll see you guys in the next video.